Hello. Who have we got in here today? We got Gladys, Ashley, RC Van Man. Get my chat where I can see it. Yeah, you're here, Gladys. How's everybody doing today or this evening? We tried to get a little bit of rain today. I drove out to town. I had to go to the bank, and little buddy's at the door. Oh my goodness. Let me see what he wants. Go get him a little bit of food. Here you go. One of these nice days, he doesn't want to come in to eat. He wants to eat outside, so I just put it on the porch. Now, first thing in the morning, when he lets me know he wants to come in and get something to eat, he'll come in the side door, come running in here, come running in the kitchen looking for his bowl. But now, the rest of the time, he doesn't want to do that. So, I don't blame him. I'd rather be outside too. So I just put his bowl right out there on the porch. And there's Nancy, Shatika. How are you ladies doing and guys doing this evening? Everybody doing okay today or this evening? Gladys says, I'm hungry. What else is new, Gladys? And as you can see, I have the StreamYard link posted at the top of the chat. So if anybody wants to get on screen with me, all they got to do is copy that link and put it in your browser, and it'll put you in behind the stage in studio for you to get into, you know, to let me know that you want in. And I can click on invite guest and let you on the screen if you want to. It's totally up to you. Well, thank you for thanking me for asking if you were doing okay. RC's dandy. Gladys is hungry. We know she's always hungry. Or not always, but usually. But anyway, we really weren't supposed to get rain today, but it's been real dark and cloudy all day, which I enjoyed because I've been out transplanting sunflowers and blanket flowers. And it started sprinkling a little bit. And I had to go into town to the bank. And it really didn't rain hard, but it was raining enough that I had to turn my windshield wipers on when I was going through town and back. But by the time I got back home, I think it pretty much stopped. But I think we're going to get rain like 12 midnight or early in the morning, so that'll be good for my garden. Got 9 watching. Where's the thumbs up, y'all? No thumbs up? Down to 8 watching now. Yeah, I've been trying to get some transplanting done. Because the best time to transplant anything is when it's going to rain, or after it's rained real hard and the ground is really wet. That's a good time to do transplants, whether it to be tomato plants, flowers, anything. So I usually make good of the rainy, cloudy days. And if you saw my video, you saw I put those lights up that the anonymous giver gave me or sent me. I put those lights up on the over the garden on that canopy frame. Did you get your lights up? I did not get to finish watching. Yes, ma'am, I got them up, and then I waited till it got dark, and then I filmed it again. So at the very end of the video, you'll see the lights lit up in the dark. That was for Nancy. She's asking me if I finished getting the lights up. Yes, ma'am, we got them up. And then you know what? I went a step further, and I had a string of clear solar lights that I had years ago, and I put those up around the arbor. They're white ones where the ones on the canopy top glow kind of yellow, but that's all right. I mean, I've got lights on the arbor and the canopy now. We see you, Gladys. There's 9 people here with us watching, Gladys. You should see somebody. I see your name. She says I did the thumbs up. Let's kind of move that back a little bit. I got a birthday card already from my brother who lives in Tucson, Arizona. He sent me a birthday card and some money. He usually sends me money and lets me buy something from that I want for my birthday, because he said he never usually knows what he wants to, what I want to get. So, but I appreciate that because he doesn't have to send me anything, and I appreciate that he does at least think of me. My roses aren't showing up too good in the background tonight. I think they're all clumped together. Hmm. Oh well, they're starting to droop down a little bit anyway, so you can't expect them to live forever. But they are still pretty. I meant to say, where's everyone? Well, like I said, we got 12 watching right now, Gladys. We got Nancy, Ashley, RC Van Man, Gladys. Yeah, I don't know how many's in chat versus how many's watching, but we do have 13 watching. And my camera wants to dim on me. Me done myself. I don't know what that meant. I'm fine. Thank you for asking. That was Nancy. Ashley says I'm doing good. We're here, Gladys. I don't know why you're. I don't know. I think Susie must have forgot. Oh, she did message me and tell me that she was having some problems with her iPad. It was buffering on her real bad. So I don't know if she's going to get in here or not. And of course, we got Connie. I didn't think to message Connie. And I don't know if Randy will be able to make it or not, because she's working, usually works nights. So I don't know, but Susie said she'd be here if her pad would let her. She said I'm not sure it's going to let me get in. There she goes. There's Susan Proctor. I'm here but forgot. Well, that's okay. You're here. That's what matters. Now we need April and Kai and I can't remember some of those names that I can't really pronounce. I know of them, but I couldn't pronounce them to save my life. So yeah, we're missing Derek. We're missing Kai. We're missing Alfonso. But maybe they'll come in before you know, sometime during the live tonight. Some people can't get here right at 7, so you don't see where the other ladies are. I mean, we got a bunch of them in chat right next to your name, Gladys. You don't see them. You got Nancy, Susan, RC Man, Ashley, Susan. Oh, you were packing in case you have to take off because you had a tornado warning or something going on. Sometimes my mother calls me Matthew. Well, that's okay, Matthew or RC Van Man. I haven't seen T. Sharon yet, or April, or Loretta. I got the wrong town. Oh my goodness. You were good enough to get your neighbor's coffee from the store when you were out and then got the wrong kind because he needed instant. So he doesn't have a coffee maker or percolator. You gave him some of the sticks from Folgers. Okay, well, that was nice. So he sat for a while. There were 7 in it. Well, good. You probably made him a happy camper. He has a coffee pot but does not know how to use it. You'll have to show him how. I hardly ever use mine, and I use instant coffee all the time because I have a Mr. Coffee, and I just don't want to make that much coffee at one time because I don't want to drink a half a pot of coffee or a whole pot. I just want one pint jar of coffee that I drink every morning. That is a little excessive, I guess. But then I figure, well, some people drink 2 or 3 cups of coffee in the morning. I mean, big cups. It would actually be more than what I drink in that one glass mug. So, oh, you, Susie says she doesn't drink coffee, so she couldn't help. Oh, okay. I know. When I worked in Brahms, they used to get cases of root beer in. And this one guy would come in, and when we had it in, he'd buy every bit we had. Walmart was the same way. If we got that root beer in, he bought every bottle of root beer we had because it was the one from Dublin, uh, Texas. And, that's where they originally made root beer. And it was still the old original root beer. And he'd buy every single case of it we had. He'd come in and he stocked up with every bit he could stock up with until the next time we got some in. Then he was back again. I just drank my coffee, Gladys. I got it drunk while I was waiting, setting everything up and waiting for time to go live. He likes Dad's root beer. Thunder again. Well, we haven't had any thunder or lightning. It's just been looking gloomy all day. The sun's not been out, and it just looks like it wanted to just pour down all day long. But like I said, it didn't. It did rain a little bit about the middle of the day, and then that was it. But we are supposed to get rain in the middle of the night, and we're supposed to get rain tomorrow. So that'll make up for it. But as far as I know, we're not looking for bad weather, just some rain, which is a good thing. I got sweat going down my back. I did a video, cooking video tonight. That's one reason my kitchen's hot. So I just got through eating my dinner and drinking that cup of coffee. And I noticed some more of my flower bulbs are coming up in the rock garden since we got a little decent rain coming in. I mean, I spent so much money on bulbs in that rock garden. It's crammed full of them. So unless they just dried up last year when it was so dry and hot, when I couldn't water them, they are still there. And I'm hoping more of them will come up right along with the sunflowers and blanket flowers I transplanted out there. I've never had sunflowers in my rock garden out there before, but it's got sunflowers in there now if they survive. And the rock garden here on the side of the house has got them in it too, right along with some zinnias and marigolds, blanket flowers, the Indian blanket flowers. So I think it's going to be pretty. And I noticed I had one or two little pink tomatoes come up. They're popping up in the little pot out here. And I've got to get more of the purple tomatoes seed out. I want to use one of those tiers in the planter, the 5-tier planter. I think I'm going to pull the lettuce out of the bottom one and put it somewhere else and use that to start some purple tomatoes because I've never grown purple tomatoes before. And they might come up better there since they're partially sheltered, from the wind and all the weather. Ashley says I planted my seeds, now I'm waiting on the rain. Well, there you go. Yeah, the rain is the best. When you plant seed or anything, just put the seed out and wait for it to rain on it. They'll come up. Yeah, I'm here in north central Texas, Nancy. So we have a little bit different climate than Susan and some of these other people have. So we have to plant a little bit different than everybody else. Well, I've got peppers in a bucket. I've got potatoes in a bucket. I've got potatoes in totes. So I know about all that, Susan. And my carrots are coming up. I planted carrots in each end of that little galvanized raised bed. And by gosh, my carrots are coming up. You have to wait till after Mother's Day to make sure things don't freeze. And see, we're not that way here. I know my brother back home in North Carolina, he said we can't plant here till around May. And see, I'm planting in February, March. I planted my potatoes in December. I mean, I don't know if they're going to do anything. They might do better in my bucket. I don't know. But we'll see. If they don't do good in the totes, it might be because they're holding too much water in the bottom. And we'll see how they do in the bucket versus the tote. And if they do better in the buckets, then next time I plant potatoes, it's going to be in buckets. Because I've not done too much at planting potatoes, but I planted quite a few this year. Even then, you have to cover them sometime. That's the way my carrots are, Susan. It's the type of carrot seed it is. They're not long carrots. They're little stubby short carrots. So I can't wait because I've never planted them like that. And that's all fresh, new dirt and fertilizer and everything else in that little raised bed. So they ought to do good in there. The dirt is all loosened and everything. My arugula has come up in that little pot in that raised bed. But I've got something, I can't remember the name of it, in the other pot in the other end, and it's not come up yet. It may just because it's taken longer for it to germinate. And I tried to spread the seeds out far enough that I'm not going to have to pull out plants and transplant them, because I don't like to transplant rooted vegetables. Because if you don't get them exactly straight, sometimes they get all distorted when they grow. They look kind of weird. Well, I use carrots in my salad when I eat it. I use it in just when I cook vegetables. Um, I put it in my beef stew. I put carrots in other soups that I make. So I have lots of uses for carrots. I've just never planted very many of them. I did plant some last year. And they were making, but they didn't do too good. I think they might have been too crowded in that bucket. That's one reason I decided to put them in that raised bed. I'm testing out the raised bed. I'll find out what grows the best in there. But I've got turnips and I've got carrots in there and arugula. And like I said, I don't remember what I put in the other little pot that's in there. But I planted some Mexican mint. I had some seeds from last year because I didn't even plant any last year. But I got a little pot and I fixed it and I put the seeds in it and I put it right next to the patio here where that rose bush is in the half barrel pot that I told you that was the last one that I cut a cutting for and just stuck it in there to see what it would do in that pot where it had peppermint. But for some reason, the peppermint didn't come back up. But that rose bush likes it there so far. It's got 3 or 4 roses on it already. I think it's because it gets plenty of water. The ones out on the property line don't get as much water. Well, thank you, Gladys. A carrot is something I can just grab out of the refrigerator, peel it a little bit, wash it off, and just eat it. I love carrots. And I've done lettuce that way. I'd get hungry and I'd just get me my lettuce and break me off a hunk of it and sit down and just eat lettuce. You know, lettuce is good for your complexion. We got 22 in here watching. Nobody wants to get up on the board with me, huh? Up on the screen. Like I said, the link is posted at the top. If you feel frisky and want to get up here with me, just copy that link and put it in your browser. You'll have to get out of YouTube to do it. And just go to that link and it'll put you in StreamYard. Susan said she did thumbs up already. Gladys said she did. Okay, Susan. Yeah, ranch is pretty good. I'll never forget the time my daughter come home and she said, Mama, we need pizza. I said, what are you talking about? She said, can we have pizza for supper? But you got to have some ranch dressing to go with it because everybody out here dips their pizza in ranch dressing to eat it. I said, what? Because I never heard of anybody doing that before. But all these kids, they dip their pizza in ranch dressing to eat it. Yeah, I like to dip veggies in ranch dressing, like cauliflower, broccoli, carrots, cucumbers, yeah, all that good stuff. I used to would make a big platter of cut up vegetables, all different kinds of vegetables, and then I would make a dipping sauce in the center because my tray has a center cup. And I would make a good onion dip or ranch dip or something to put in there to dip your veggies in. It was pretty good. And there's Sheila McDaniel. She says, I'm here finally. Well, welcome. I'm glad you made it. I'm still looking for April and Kai and Derek and Alfonso. Oh, I dip mine in and dip egg rolls in ranch dressing and veggies. Yeah, I think people out here dip everything in ranch. And there's Shelly Edwards. Hi, Shelly. How's Shelly doing this evening? Yeah, we're still waiting for Connie. I wonder if she forgot. I mean, she knows it because I got the date on my thumbnail wrong. And she sent me a message and she says, oh, I thought I'd tell you, you got the date wrong on the thumbnail. I put in 445-24 or something like that instead of 425-24. 24. There's April. She knew I was waiting for her. And McBar, hello, McBar. Welcome, you and April both. Glad both of you could make it. I said we're still waiting for Derek and Alfonso and Kai. Have no fear, April is here. Yeah, I said, I almost could breathe now. I had most of my garden planted. And now I'm thinking of all these other things I want to put out from seed and get them started to where I can transplant them into the garden. I bought that another 32-gallon container to keep compost tea or water in for the garden. So that frees up a few buckets that I can use to plant in. I don't know where I'll put them, but it frees up a couple more that maybe the lids are messed up on and I can't replace lids. I mean, some of them I can, but even at Lowe's, all their white lids don't fit all the white buckets, I found. If you buy a white bucket at Lowe's, make sure when you buy that bucket, you buy a lid that fits it. Because I bought some white buckets and then later I went and bought a bunch of white lids. The lids would not fit those white buckets. So there is a difference. Now, I think pretty much all the blue lids will fit all the blue buckets because they're all the same. But those white ones, you got to be careful. No, I don't have a Menards or whatever. I think they have them in Fort Worth or Dallas, but I never go up there shopping anymore. Yeah, you always have to search for lids. And the green buckets, I can't replace the lids for because nothing I can buy will fit them. Those green buckets are the ones that came from Brahms when I worked there. Believe it or not, that's how they got their dill pickles, their sliced dill pickles. They came in those green buckets. And every couple of days, they'd go through a 5-gallon bucket of sliced dill pickles for the hamburgers. And they'd just throw the buckets away. So I asked the manager one time, I said, is it okay if I take those buckets? I said, you're throwing them away anyway. She said, I don't care. Take all of them you want. So about every time I could find that they were getting ready to throw a bucket away, I'd grab it and put it in the car and bring it home. So that's how I ended up with all those green buckets out there. And I've already got a couple of the lids split. And I may have 1 or 2 lids in the shed. I'm not sure. But when they split and I don't have any more lids, I can't buy them to fit them. So I'll just have to use them as planters, not water or compost tea buckets. You're using small cat litter buckets? Well, you know what I've done for a couple of the buckets that I didn't have lids for? I took a potting soil bag and just laid it out flat, cut the ends off of it, and I laid it over the top of the bucket, and I put a bungee cord around the top. The bungee cord will go in the groove around the top of the bucket, and it'll hold the plastic down on the top, makes the lid out of it. Because all I care about is closing it up to where the mosquitoes don't get it in it and stuff. Because you don't want an open bucket. It'll cause too many mosquitoes in your yard. Humane Society, I don't know. I'm using cat litter buckets. Yeah, any type of bucket that is safe for anything to eat out of, any animal or human, you can use as a water catchment bucket. as long as it's not buckets that's got chemicals in that plastic that, is not for human consumption. I don't know. The boys must not have fed Gladys yet. Maybe they're not home yet. Only kidding. And I could probably go by Brahms and ask them if they'd set the buckets aside for me when I got ready to get rid of them and let me go pick them up. But I wasn't too happy when I stopped working there. So I haven't been back to Brahms since. So, because I called in, I fell down the steps and hurt my legs on the rocks. My ankles were all swollen. It looked like my legs were broke, but they weren't. I had big not knots, indents on both shins of my legs. I couldn't stand for very long. I had a hard time even trying to walk, but I walked. And I called in to tell them that I couldn't be at work because I hurt my legs. Well, one of the young girls answered the phone that works behind the counter at the food section, where they do the hamburgers and the ice cream. Real snooty girl. I don't know who she was. She answered the phone and I told her who I was. And I said, I'm calling to let you know that I can't make it in today. And right away, she says, oh, I know you got a headache. Plop, hung the phone up on me. So I said, well, I don't know who I'd get on the phone after that. So I didn't call back. But they turned in my termination notice. But I've heard that the manager had told some of the other girls that at this point, or at that point, which was last year, she would have hired me back, put me back to work in a heartbeat. Didn't matter what the circumstances were that I stopped working. She put me right back to work because the other ones don't want to work. Those kids don't want to work. I worked in the produce section, and it wasn't our job to take out the garbage, at night or at 4 in the afternoon. And they told us we had to push those 42 gallon trash cans out to the bin and dump them and bring them back. Well, you couldn't pick them up. And if they didn't put several bags in that can, you couldn't pick it out. You couldn't pull the bags out. There was many a time I went out there and I saw that I couldn't do anything with them. I couldn't empty them. I pushed them right back in the building and left them in that hallway. They hire those 18, 19-year-old boys who could have done that easily. And I was standing there on the outside of the counter one day when some of them told one of the new hires, one of the new guys that they hired in, that he needed to empty the trash cans in the dining room and then take the big cans that are out in the back of the building out to the dumpster and empty them. You know what he told them? And I think this was the manager he was telling this to. Oh, no, I didn't take a job to empty garbage. He never emptied garbage either. And do you know the managers didn't do anything about it? They just ignored it. They let him get by with it. And then they pushed it off on us, me and 2 other people that worked in produce. And I said, well, they're going to do it without me because I can't do it anymore. And I definitely couldn't go to work when I couldn't even stand up for more than 5 minutes. I've got pictures on Facebook on my profile of my legs, my ankles, how swollen and black and blue they were. No way I could keep my weight on my legs for very long. I had to sit home and keep my feet up as much as possible. And it took me several weeks to get over that. Gladys says, Susan, do you have any chocolate for me? You got me started. Yeah, we're going to play trivia. I was just waiting for people to get in the chat. We got about 33 in here now. Wait a minute. You lost me there. I saw a report that people come into stores and use their calculators so they know they don't go over $949. So they will not serve any time and they can turn around and do it again. I don't understand that. I don't understand that statement, Susan. Oh no, April says, bite me. Yeah, I don't understand that statement, Susan. That's in California and the store just stands back and watches them. I don't understand the purpose of them doing that. They go in with a calculator and make sure they don't spend over $949. So they will not serve any time and they can turn around and do it again. I still don't understand it. Oh, you heard a cop telling it? I don't know. Are they? Susan just needs candy. So they're stealing? Is that what you're saying, Susan? These people are stealing, but they won't go over they won't hit the $1,000 mark. They stop and then they go back later and then start over from zero. Yeah, I could steal a stick of toothpaste and they'd arrest me for it. Oh my God. So they figure if they don't go up, they don't hit 1,000 or more, they're not going to get arrested for it. Oh, wow. I don't see how they could do that. The store would go bankrupt. Well, maybe you got to hit 1,000 or more for them to be able to arrest you and actually charge you with theft, grand theft, or something like that. Maybe they figure if it's under 1,000, it's not worth the time or effort to arrest these people. And that's why they're getting away with it. I would not want to try to walk out of Walmart here in Granbury with $949 worth of merchandise in my buggies without paying for it. I guarantee you there'd be a security guard meet me at the door. Okay, I got a quote of the day for you. Love, like a chicken salad or restaurant hash, must be taken with blind faith or it loses its flavor. Now, y'all make sense of that? Wow, I can't believe that. Because even at the self checkout, man, they watch you like a hawk. They've got cameras above the registers where they watch on video what you scan yourself to make sure you're scanning everything. And then they've got a cashier that watches over 6 or 7 or so registers of self checkout to make sure that you're not slipping stuff in the basket and not scanning it. It says, love is like chicken salad or restaurant hash, must be taken with blind faith or it loses its flavor. Well, I can kind of understand that. If you go into a restaurant and you order chicken salad or hash, there's no guarantee you're going to like their chicken salad unless you've eaten it before. No guarantee you're going to like their restaurant hash unless you've had it before. So it's kind of blind faith. You're ordering it hoping it's good. Kind of like love. If you don't really know this person, if you've never had a committed relationship with that person, you don't know it's going to work out or not until you try. You got to try it out, right? That's the sense I make of it. Yeah, it can look awful but taste real good. And on the other hand, it can look good and taste terrible. Lick it to taste it. You gonna lick your man to see if you like it, Gladys? And there's Kay Days. Hello, Kay. Glad to have you aboard with us. Here's another one that I found that I really like. It said, we must not allow other people's limited perceptions to define us. I agree with that because everybody doesn't think the same, you know? Well, thank you, Kay's Days. And there's Pat Potter. Hello. Yeah, they have cameras in Walmart. And they have cameras in all these stores now. And they have a security officer that is not even in the store. He's behind the wall and he's watching the cameras. And I'll guarantee you, if they see you stealing something, you're going to be met at the door. You're not leaving that store. They'll meet you at the door trying to leave. Okay, we've been here for 49 minutes, so I guess we can start playing. Yeah, a lot of the stuff is locked up at Walmart. Okay, first question for our trivia. Nobody wants to get up on the screen with me, huh? No takers for the screen. The link is posted at the top of the live chat. All you got to do is copy it and paste it in your browser. It'll put you behind stage. Okay, what president is forever associated with the blue dress? Y'all ought to know that. We've answered this question many times before. What president is associated with the blue dress? Clinton, Susan Proctor. I have got to get me a Rolaids. I've got indigestion and it's bugging me. Oh, who is known as the godfather of soul? James Brown. Gladys got it. Yeah, I mean, the invitation is open for anybody that wants to get up on screen. Just copy that link at the top of the chat box, and you can get up on the screen with me. April had melanoma surgery on Tuesday. Oh wow, I didn't know you had surgery Tuesday on your birthday. And Connie did make it, huh? Who is the main character in the Hunger Games? You're still working. They called you back. Well, good for you. Oh wow, you got 40 stitches on your side. Maybe they decided they'd rather have you come to work than to pay you to stay home. You reckon? Well, good. April's fine. Yeah, it sounds like that was a big procedure. She had 40 stitches. And I've got new school stuff here. I wanted to get over here to the old school. True or false? The majority of boomers are Republican. True or false? The majority of boomers are Republican. April Flower is false. Way to go, April. Name the instant messaging service that didn't launch until 2010. A, Skype. B, Kik, K-I-K. C, ICO, whatever that is, or ICQ. Name the instant messaging service that didn't launch until 2010. Gladys got it. It was Kik, K-I-K, B. Way to go, Gladys. True or false? Most boomers have never made a purchase online. True or false? Most boomers have never made a purchase online. Gladys got it again. It's false. Way to go, Gladys. Whoop, whoop, Gladys. What does catfishing mean? What does catfishing mean? I just like the race car. I used to really get into races years ago when I was younger in my 20s. We had a speedway. Well, it used to be an old airport strip, and you weren't supposed to race on it, but a lot of people would go down there and drag race on that airport strip because it was closed down back up in the woods. And we used to go down there and have a lot of fun. Tricking, yeah, Ashley, that's pretty close. Ashley Chapman. Catfishing is actually when you're, say, like if you like this guy and you start making him think you're someone you're not to get him interested in you. My screen keeps blacking out on me. And he starts getting interested in you because you're basically misleading him, thinking you're someone you're not. That's what catfishing is. So I'm going to give it to Ashley. I got to get at least one case in. A Chad is what kind of person? A Chad is what kind of person? My son wouldn't like this because his name is Chad. Well, he could be a handsome guy, but There's a little bit more to it than what handsome is. I mean, he's handsome, he's good looking, he's all that. But why would they call him a Chad? No, everybody doesn't like him necessarily. Jeez. I'd have to go back and give it to Gladys. She said handsome, and it is a handsome guy, but he's all into his looks, is what it is. He's all into himself. I mean, he may not be good looking, but he might think he is, you know. But we'll give it to Gladys. She said handsome. He's an ass. Yeah, he's a good looking one. Yeah, a one night stand guy. You may not even get a one night stand from him. He might think his butt's too good. What is the biggest selling album of all time? What is the biggest selling album of all time? Thriller, Ashley Chapman. Way to go, Ashley. It's Michael Jackson's Thriller. What is Shiggy known for? I don't even know who Shiggy is. What is Shiggy known for? No, not rap, not Shaggy, not Shaggy. Don't know these. Well, this is a hard one, I'll tell you. Shiggy, they started a challenge, a Shiggy challenge to Drake's In My Dreams or In My Feelings. It was some kind of Shiggy challenge that they had going around. I don't even know about it. Okay, what singer has their fans nicknamed as Little Monsters? What singer has their fans nicknamed as Little Monsters? Well, thank you. Nope, not Pink. Susan Proctor got it. It's Gaga, Lady Gaga. She always calls her fans little monsters. So Susan Proctor got that one. Way to go, Susan. Beats the hell out of me. Now, Sheila. What does to slide into someone's DMs mean? Ashley Chapman is to send him a message, private message. What singer brought sexy back? What singer brought sexy back? Sexy? No. What singer brought sexy back? Justin Timberlake. Gladys got it. Way to go, Gladys. Gladys is ahead. April says me. Do young people save more or less than their parents did? This is one of those tricky questions. It's not true or false. Do young people save more or less than their parents did? Remember, this was kind of a trick question the last time I answered it. I mean, asked it. Do young people save more or less than their parents did? Everybody's saying either the same. Yeah, Susan Proctor got it the same. They probably would actually save more if the price of living was the same. But as the years have gone by, the cost of living and everything is more. So according to the cost of living and everything, they save pretty much about the same thing their parents did years ago. What is the average life expectancy of a person born in 1999? What is the average life expectancy of a person born in 1999? Nope, nobody's got it yet. Y'all are so close to be so far off. Shirley McDaniel, 80s. Way to go, girl. Whoop, whoop. Sheila. It was 80s. 80 years is the life expectancy of a person born in 1999. And that doesn't sound very good because you think if they were born in 1999, they've got more medical treatments available. They can cure more illnesses. I mean, everything should be better all the way around. So you should really have a longer life than what people already have. Most people today, their life, I mean, a lot of them are living to 86, 96, 106. But to limit it at 80 years old, that that gets me thinking, what are we doing wrong that a person born in 1999 would only live for 80 years? That'd be dying kind of young compared to what people have lived in the past. Yeah, that's true. They get cancer, heart issues, and stuff like that from all the preservatives we eat. That's what's killing people today. the preservatives and stuff they put in the food. They eat McDonald's. I love McDonald's. I love Whataburger. I love all these fast food places, but I try not to eat there very often. I do the majority of my eating and cooking at home. Yeah, they don't eat right. It's a hurried get up and go world. Just like parents, they don't stay home with kids anymore. They put them in daycares because they're so involved in their jobs to pay their bills for this expensive house and expensive cars that they have, that they don't have time to eat. They don't have time to cook for their kids. It's a shame. You're better off to have a less expensive house, spend time with your kids, and don't be so stressed out about paying for all of this mansion and everything. I can't see it. Well, good for you, Susan. I would have thought my mom would have lived longer than she did, but she died at 86 years old. And she said one time, the year before she died, she said, I've lived right. I've eat right. I've done this. I've done that. I should live longer than this. But she was raised and born in the Depression time when they didn't have a lot of food available. So she died with a brain tumor. And they went in and removed that tumor several times. They had to cut her, from her ear up across her forehead, up her head to get to it. And since it was in the roots kind of were like ingrown into her brain, they couldn't remove all of it. If they had, she would have been probably paralyzed or couldn't talk, or she would have had something severely handicapped from it. So they never could get all of it, and it would keep coming back. So she did die at 86 years old, but it was a slow growing tumor. So she had it for probably ever since she was a young lady, a young woman. Oh, April's been making bracelets and rings today that I sell in a few stores here to give me extra money. Well, good for you, April. Yeah, and you think about back during the Bible days, um, according to the Bible, some of these people lived to be 300 and 400 years old. And I've often wondered, did they measure their time, their years, the same way we do to come up with 300 or 400 years? Because 300 or 400 years, that's an awfully long time. I can't imagine someone living for 300 years. I really can't. But, back then they didn't have preservatives. They didn't have a lot of the fast foods and the sugars and cakes and candies and all this stuff and chips and all the stuff that really isn't good for you, but we love to eat it. And I'm sure that had a lot to do with it. But still, 300 or 400 years, that's kind of a drastic number to me, even if you're healthy. So yeah, I've often wondered, did they measure their time in years the same way we do today? The months and everything. Who is the most overweight generation? Boomers, Gen X, or millennials? Can't you plug it in, Ashley? This is not an A, B, C, or D question, y'all. Don't be putting A, B, or C in there. I'm not going to count it. I mean, C is correct, but I'm not going for. I'll give it to Ashley, but it really wasn't an A, B, or C question. But Ashley got it right. It's the millennials. Who's the fattest? Millennials. And I'll tell you what they say. They say millennials. In fact, they are now so I can't read it. Oh, it says that now they're supposed to be the most overweight generation in recorded history, the millennials. I guess because they're eating all the junk food. They're eating all the donuts and the fast food and the but yeah, Ashley did get it. She put in C, and that C actually would have been millennials. I keep dropping cards, y'all. They stick to my arm, and when I pick my arm up, the card falls in the floor. Now, nobody got the answer for this one that I'm getting ready to ask last time. So y'all should remember it. What is the most important issue for younger people today? Think about it. What is everybody talking about? Not money, not sex, not their phones, not transgender. Think about it, y'all. What is the most important issue for younger people today? Not food, but it may be the next one coming up. I'll tell you how stupid they are. No, nobody's got the right answer yet. I'm going to give it to Ashley climate change because the correct answer is the environment. So that would be climate change. It'd go right along in that. So yeah, what's everybody talking about now? Because the the whole country is crazy. I mean, places that were cold or hot, places that were hot or cold, and some places that are hot are getting hotter. And it's all climate change, environment. All has to do with the environment. Be right back. Okay, April. Who are the three members of the Jonas Brothers? Who are the three members of the Jonas Brothers? And there's Ann Watson. Hello, Ann. Welcome. Kiss my butt. I can't reach you, Gladys. That's one. We need all three of them's name. I'll give it's not really Jonah. Chris is not one of them. Harry, Curly, and Moe. No, Susan, it's not. It's not John. Who are the Jonas Brothers, y'all? Name all three of them. John is not in there. Harry, Curly, and Moe is definitely not in there. Ringo is not in there. Joey, well, Joe is. I'll give Ashley a point for that. Joe is one of them. Not Danny. And there's Dolores Perry. Perry. Welcome, Dolores. Nick, Joe, and Kevin. I'm giving that to Connie. Way to go, Connie. Whoop, whoop, Connie. What TV show's main characters are vampire brothers, Stefan and Damon Salvatore? Donnie, Jimmy, and Jay. Oh, Connie got it. It's Nick, Joe, and Kevin. Vampire Diaries, Ashley. Way to go, Ashley. What cartoon features Cartman, Kenny, Stan, and Kyle? South Park, Ashley Chapman got it again. Way to go, Ashley. Steve Wozniak, Ronald Wayne, and Steve Jobs are the founders of what company? Steve Wozniak, Ronald Wayne, and Steve Jobs are the founders of what company? Susan Proctor, it's Apple. Way to go, Susan. Whoop, whoop, Susan. Hi, Linda. I just got out of the hospital yesterday. Had to have back surgery on where the other surgery, the doctors accidentally broke my back. I'm in horrible pain. I just wanted to listen to my friends. Well, I'm glad you're home and I'm glad you can at least be online to listen and just jump in anytime you feel like it. I was worried about you because I knew you'd sent me a message saying that you were back in the hospital again and you were in pretty bad shape. And when I messaged back to try to find out what was going on, I didn't hear from you. So I was kind of wondering about that. Well, hopefully things will go better this time. You'll heal up good and you'll be back around and not be in pain anymore. Yeah, just take it easy and get well. Oh, wow. Well, that's a good reason not to answer me back. If you were in ICU, you probably weren't even allowed to have your phone. Yeah, they should be liable for all that. my doctors when they diagnosed me with cancer and did surgery and all this stuff and put me through chemo just to find out I never had cancer. That was a lawsuit right there. But at the time, I was not in any shape to bring a lawsuit against anybody. So it never happened. And things do happen, y'all. Surgeons can do their best, and still, you never know. Some things can go wrong, and it may not have even been the surgeon's fault. You just never know. Yeah, we'll all be praying for Ann Watson tonight. I had told everybody that I got your message that you were back in the hospital for everybody to pray for you, and then that was all I heard. So, but if you were in ICU, that's why I didn't hear back from you when I sent you a message. And that's perfectly understandable. Okay, next question, y'all. What is Jed Clampett's catchphrase in the Beverly Hillbillies? What does he say all the time? What is Jed Clampett's catchphrase in the Beverly Hillbillies? I'm gonna give it to Gladys. It's doggy. It's well doggies, but I know that's what she meant too. No, he always is. He's known for saying well doggies, well doggy, well doggies. He says it all the time. If you ever get a chance to watch the Beverly Hillbillies, one of the replays of one of the old shows, count how many times he says that in that show. And there's Craig D. Hello, Craig D. Welcome, Craig. What popular disco nightclub was located at 254 West 54th Street in New York? You're welcome, Craig. Not no, it would not. It wasn't Club 76. That's close, but it's not 76. Studio 54. Connie, way to go, Connie. Studio 54. The question in itself is a reminder of what it is. The answer is because it's got 54th Street in the question. What MTV show featured celebrity kids having epic birthday parties? What MTV show featured celebrity kids having epic birthday parties? Oh, I got something else. Where is it? Oh, I almost forgot. I got this in the mail yesterday. This is going to be one of the questions, y'all. What is this? See if anybody knows what this is. Gladys is the first one that said Sweet 16, so I'm giving it to Gladys. The next question, what is this? Oliver. I'm giving it to Gladys because you do put olive oil in it. It's to put your olive oil in there and you can squirt it out on your salad. I've never owned one of these, but that'd be a handy thing to have. You can spray it in your pan or spray it on your lettuce for your salad, so you don't have to pour it on, just kind of squirt it on with that. I got to fill it up though. I've been so busy I haven't put olive oil in it yet. But Gladys got it. Way to go, Gladys. Whoop, whoop, Gladys. She's got one. That's how she knew what it was. Ashley said a perfume bottle. I guess you could use it as a perfume bottle, but it's actually an olive oil bottle or optimizer, whatever Connie called it. Like your solar lights. I do too. And I found I remembered I had that other string of solar lights that I used at Christmas time sometimes. And I put those up on the arbor. That's the reason there's two different color lights out there. The ones on the arbor are clear white. The ones on the canopy glow yellow, even though the bulb is white. The light itself glows yellow, which I thought was kind of odd. Oh no, Susan's got a sinus headache right now. Well, I hope you've taken something for it, Susan. Craig says, I've been waiting for one of those misters. Well, they're at the end of the video where you watch I've named it, what am I doing in the garden, or what am I putting up in the garden, or something like that. At the very end of that video, I take you back out there and show you the lights lit up at night. So go to the end of that video, Susan. I mean, April, not April, but Gladys. She wanted to see the lights. And there's Yo Boy Pizza. Hello. He says, happy birthday. My birthday's the 7th of May, but I do have a birthday card already. I showed it at the very first thing. It's a birthday card from my brother in Tucson, Arizona. He sent me this birthday card. I got it today. You can see it says to my sister. And he put me a check in there so I can go shopping. But knowing me, I hardly ever spend it on myself. I'll turn around and spend it on something else. He usually sends cards and stuff about a week early. But thank you for the early birthday, Yo Boy. Yeah, I got a Sonic gift card from the anonymous giver the other day. And they're the ones that sent this, the little sprayer thing for the olive oil. And they sent the console with the light and with the tripod to hold the camera. And I have not taken it out yet to try to figure it out. I've been too busy to even get it out of the box and figure out how to use it yet. Okay, true or false? The mail used to be delivered twice a day. True or false? The mail used to be delivered twice a day. Gladys got it. It's true. Way to go, Gladys. Yeah, a long time ago, they used to deliver the mail twice a day. Man, they really gave their mailman a workout, didn't they? Linda, I think Connie wants your brother. I don't think she wants my brother. I think Yo Boy was just teasing, just joking. I don't think he meant anything by it. Your mailman's kind of cute, April. Yeah, I think Yo Boy was just teasing. I don't think he meant anything. At one of their concerts, which president did the Dixie Chicks say they were ashamed of? Yep, it was George Bush, Susan. Way to go, Susan. Whoop, whoop, Susan. Who voices the donkey in Shrek? Who voices the donkey in Shrek? Ashley Chapman. It's Eddie Murphy. Way to go, Ashley. In what movie did Al Pacino say hello to my little friend? What was the name of that movie? In what movie did Al Pacino say hello to my little friend? Scarface. Ashley Chapman got it. Way to go. Who is the Queen of Soul? Who is the Queen of Soul? Aretha Franklin. Gladys got it. Way to go, Gladys. She put the initials there, but I know what she meant. Everybody should know this. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? April's eating stale Fritos. Who lives in a pineapple under the sea? SpongeBob. Ashley Chapman got it again. Way to go, Ashley. What TV network likes to slime people? What TV network loves to slime people? Yeah, sounds like it'd be nice to live under the sea in a pineapple. Susan Proctor, Nickelodeon. She put NIC, but I know she meant Nickelodeon. Way to go, Susan. True or false? Boomers spend more time online than watching TV. True or false? Boomers spend more time online than watching TV. Gladys got it. It's true. Way to go, Gladys. What movie asked, who you gonna call? What movie asked, who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. Ashley Chapman got it. Way to go, Ashley. Ashley's still ahead and she's got Gladys trailing her. What popular Disney film are the Sanderson sisters in? What popular Disney film are the Anderson sisters in? Hocus Pocus. Ashley got it again. Way to go, Ashley. She's going after more seeds, is what she's doing. April says, I'm pulling up the rear with one. John Travolta strutted down the streets of Brooklyn to what Bee Gees song? John Travolta strutted down the streets of Brooklyn to what Bee Gees song? R.C. Van Man said it's Shake and Bake, and I helped. Staying Alive, Sheila McDaniel. Way to go, Sheila. In what movie does Clint Eastwood say, go ahead and make my day? In what movie does Clint Eastwood say, go ahead and make my day? Dirty Harry. Ashley got it again. Way to go, Ashley. I'm going to ask a real old school one this time. In what movie did they have the famous saying, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn? What movie was that from? Gone with the Wind. April. Way to go, April. You're not at one anymore. Feel like I keep getting something biting my head. What year did the Civil Rights Act pass? A, 1952, B, 1981, C, 1964. I don't know how they are. I mean, I'm having to wait before any answer pops up after I've asked the question twice. Ashley Chapman got it at C, 1964. Way to go, Ashley. This is a true or false question. Yeah, restart your tablet. We'll wait for you. Your tablet might be dragging, Craig. Refresh. I know all these questions have been asked tons of times. But that one I threw in myself. It wasn't on the cards. But I figured all of you should know it. Let me go out and come back on cell phone. Okay. We'll wait for you, Craig. Yeah, that one I asked about, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. That's not on any of these cards. I just asked it myself because I knew that would be an old school question. Okay, next question. True or false? Over half of all boomers plan to work past age 65. True or false? Over half of all boomers plan to work past 65. True or false? True. Gladys got it. She was the first one in. Way to go, Gladys. My camera keeps blacking out, y'all. I don't know what's going on with it. What horror movie caused people to faint and leave the theater in 1973? What horror movie caused people to faint and leave the theater in 1973? Not Jaw. Exorcist. April got it. Way to go, April. Whoop, whoop. April's moving on up. What cultural icon starred in The Rebel Without a Cause? He was a cultural icon and he starred in Rebel Without a Cause. Who was that? Dean. Way to go, Susan. It was James Dean. Susan got it first. Way to go, Susan. April says I had pea soup for lunch, no lie. Which movie starring John Travolta helped popularize disco music? Which movie starring John Travolta helped popularize disco music? SNL. It was Saturday Night Fever. Connie got it. Way to go, Connie. I almost gave it to Sheila, but she's got SNL. I don't know what the L would stand for unless live, Saturday Night Live. It was Saturday Night Fever. I'm sleepy. I'm on morphine. You're in Happy Land, Ann. Y'all, Ann Watson is in Happy Land. Yeah, SNL. That's what I figured it was Saturday Night Live, but the answer was Saturday Night Fever. So that's a totally different show. Oh, sorry, Sheila. Well, let me give it to you too. Sheila, I'll give you a point. Way to go, Sheila. What popular TV show starred the Fonz? What popular TV show starred the Fonz? Happy Days. Susan Proctor got it. Way to go, Susan. Whoop, whoop. What was Skipper's nickname for Gilligan in Gilligan's Island? Y'all ought to know that. We joked about it last time. What was Skipper's nickname for Gilligan in Gilligan's Island? Little Buddy. Susan Proctor got it again. Way to go, Susan. Was Little Buddy. Y'all ought to know this one. It's fill in the blanks. Every place you got to fill in the word, I'm going to say blank. I'm a blank. He's a blank. She's a blank. We're a blank. Wouldn't you like to be a blank too? Pepper, Susan. Way to go, Susan. Whoop, whoop, Susan. Was Pepper because it was for like Dr. Pepper. And I remember that from all the commercials about Dr. Pepper, where they'd say, he's a pepper, you're a pepper, she's a pepper. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? I'm salt. And I spelled it wrong. Craig D says pepper. You got in third on the wire, Craig. Yeah, Craig come in third. Well, it wouldn't have mattered if you spelled it wrong. I'd have known that you meant pepper. But you came in third, so that's why I didn't give you the point. Susan was the first one on the wire, so. What band had a major hit with their 1986 album, Brothers in Arms? What band had a major hit with their 1986 album, Brothers in Arms? Yeah, it's kind of hard to type on a cell phone. There's Paws in the Garden. Hi, Paws. Dire Straits. Connie got it. Way to go, Connie. Whoop, whoop, Connie. Y'all to remember this because we asked it last time, and there was a lot of discussion on this. Supertramp's biggest album was Breakfast in Blank. Breakfast in where? Supertramp's biggest album was Breakfast in Blank. America. Ashley Chapman got it. Way to go, Ashley. She's going hard for those seeds. Which Kids Place features the slogan, where a kid can be a kid? This was one of my granddaughter's favorite places to go. Which Kids Place did featured the slogan, where a kid can be a kid? Not McDonald's, not Showbiz. Nope, not Toys R Us. Chunky Cheese. Connie got it. Way to go, Connie. Whoop, whoop, Connie. My granddaughter used to love Chunky Cheese when she was little. What does DARE stand for? DARE. What does DARE stand for? We've asked this so many times, you've got to know the answer. Well, they had one over in Fort Worth. And every time we'd go to Fort Worth with my son and my daughter in law and my granddaughter, we'd go to like Six Flags or different places for the day. And we'd always stop at Chunky Cheese coming back or going. It was her favorite place. We don't have one here in Granbury, but they had one at the edge of Fort Worth where we had to go right by it to, where we were going. It is drug, but what is drug? I mean, what does DARE stand for? Connie got it. I'll give a point to Gladys too, because she partly got it, but Connie is the one that got the correct answer. It is drug abuse resistance education. What celebrity couple walked the red carpet at the 2001 VMAs in matching denim outfits? Well, the times we went there, my granddaughter wasn't very old. She was a little bitty thing. Well, she was up walking around, and Brittany and Justin. Yes, sir. It was Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake. Susan got it. Way to go, Susan. Whoop, whoop, Susan. When she was about, I guess, kindergarten age, she loved going to Chunky Cheese. Now I got a bunch of pictures coming up. I don't want to use them. Oh, well, I might ask you what this is. What is that a symbol for? Some of you may know. It's Snapchat. I'll give it to Ashley because she got it. Ashley, way to go. Snapchat. Okay, what is this one? Cutting mushroom stains your nails. I don't know what you're saying when you say Venmo, Vivo, and all that. You got to tell me what that is because it doesn't have a name for it. It just says where it appears and what it is. I don't know what Vivo is. No, it's not a Cash App. I asked this one time before and nobody knew, but I ended up. Okay, I'm going to tell you. That symbol right there is found on food packaging when it's all vegan. That means you got a vegan dish. There's no meat. Virginia Love. It means vegan, y'all. Until we don't have vegans in our midst. Because if you were vegan, you would have known that, which I'm not vegan. I eat meat. So, okay, this is a B, or C. How much less with inflation are young people earning today? A, 10%, B, 20%, C, 40%. How much less with inflation? Well, I guess we got a winner already. It's B. Gladys got it. Way to go, Gladys. Whoop, whoop, Gladys. Okay, I'm going to show you a picture of this. On an iPhone 11 Plus, what happens when you do this? When you see the 1014, what are you doing? Nope. What are you getting ready to do? And when you see that on your iPhone 11, you don't have an iPhone 11, you probably don't know. I don't have an iPhone 11. I just got the card. I've just got the card that's asking the question. Screenshot. That's what it is, Ashley. It's a screenshot. You're getting ready to take a screenshot when you see that 1014 up there. I itches on not my ear, my eye, my ear itch. Ashley Chapman, way to go. You are just making everybody eat your dust. Everybody ought to know this. Name this popular app. What app is that symbol on? What is it telling you when you see that? TikTok. Gladys got it. She put TT. Way to go, Gladys. Susan come in second. April come in third. What are those symbols of? We asked it one time before. That is, if I can get it to focus where you can see them. You got PDF, JPG. I can't see what that middle one, DOC. What doesn't make sense, Susan? Let me go back and check it. I don't know. Gladys come in first with TT for TikTok. Susan come in second with TikTok. April come in third. I tell you what, I'm going to give all three of you a point for that. So way to go, Susan, Gladys, and April. Connie got it. It's document files and photo files. Yep. It's file extensions is what it is. So I'm giving that to Connie. Way to go, Connie. What is that called that's around that lady's neck? It Choker. Ashley Chapman come in first. Choker. Way to go, Ashley. Okay, this is A, B, or C. Complete the lyrics. Shake it like a blank blank. A, shake it like a shake weight. B, tail feather. C, Polaroid picture. Ashley Chapman got it again. She was first in with the C. Polaroid picture is the answer. Ashley Chapman. Way to go, Ashley. Looking at the time. What Ionic Latina singer did Jennifer Lopez portray? What Ionic Latina singer did Jennifer Lopez portray? Can't even talk. Selena Ashley Chapman. Way to go, Ashley. Beyonce was a member of what girl group? Beyonce was a member of what girl group? Destiny Child, Ashley Chapman. Way to go, Ashley. Man, you are just making everybody eat your dust. What was the name of the wizarding school in Harry Potter? What was the name of the wizarding school in Harry Potter? Hogwarts, April. Way to go, April. Who had a wardrobe malfunction at the 2004 Super Bowl? Who had a wardrobe malfunction at the 2004 Super Bowl? Janet. Ashley Chapman. It was Janet Jackson. Way to go, Janet. I mean, way to go, Ashley. Who won the first season of Survivor? Who won the first season of Survivor? Me. Yeah, but I can't give everybody that got the right answer the point for it. It's the first one that comes in. Richard Hatch. Way to go, Connie. Whoop, whoop, Connie. Is Justin Bieber a millennial? Is Justin Bieber a millennial? Yep, Ashley, it's true. He just barely, at 26 years old, he barely come in under the wire, but he is a millennial. What actor portrays Captain Jack Sparrow? What actor portrays Captain Jack Sparrow? Okay, Ashley got Johnny. April got Johnny Depp. I'm going to give both of them a point because the full name, even though it's misspelled, is better than just the first name, but I know who Ashley meant. So Ashley and April got points for that. See what kind of time we got. What Netflix series starring Millie Bobby Brown began in 2016? Okay, Anne, I hope you get to feeling better. But I know if you're zonked out on pain meds, it's probably putting you to sleep. I'm throwing the ball for my dog. He wears a boot on his bad foot. Ashley Chapman is Stranger Things. She's got it misspelled, but I know what she meant. Stranger Things. What well known TV show takes place in Westeros? Westeros. 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 I gave up. I'm now shoving popcorn down my throat. This is the last question, y'all. With butter. Game of Thrones. Ashley Chapman. Whew. We could go on all night, and I can see right now we're going to have the same winner as if I stop right now. So I'm going to stop right now and tally up the score. I don't even need to tally it up. I already see who the winner is because she's so far ahead of everybody else. But Susan's got 13. Gladys has 14. April has 6. Ashley has 10, 15, 25, 28. Sheila McDaniels has 3. Connie Jones has 8. So it's plain to see Ashley Chapman has the winner tonight of trivia with 28 points. So she will get more seeds sent out to her. I'll try to find some different seed to send her. I don't want to send her the same seed each time, but sometimes I forget who I sent what to. So, and Gladys wanted to see my lights. I don't know if the lights are on tonight. It's been cloudy all day. Let me go check. You know what? My lights are. They charged up even though it was cloudy today. So let me unplug this phone and we'll see if we can go out and show Gladys my lights. It's dark out here. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to flip this. I'm going to try, so I may lose you. No, I'm not going to be able to do that, but I'll walk out here and see if I can turn the camera around to where you can see. So I'll be dark for a minute, but I'm still here. There they are. Oh, and my security light just came on. But yeah, even though it was cloudy and the sun wasn't out today. And there is little buddy watching the garden, or the entrance to the garden, if I can show him to you. Right here. Little solar kitty cat that watches guard. But there's the lights, Gladys. Let me back up a little bit so you can, because when I'm right on top of it, you can't really see the arbor. I hear little buddy meowing. But I can't show him real good because I can't focus the camera. But you can see the arbor, and then the canopy lights are behind it. You can see the arbor lights are really clear white, and the canopy lights are behind it, and they're kind of yellow looking. But it kind of lights it up at night back there, which is good. There. Now I can see what I'm showing you. Most of the time he's outside. He'll come in to eat sometimes, or I'll feed him outside, but he likes to sleep outside. When the weather's like this, he likes it outside. If it's thundering and lightning, he comes in the house. He don't like the bad weather. Or if it's really cold, he'll come in the house. Or if it's 105 degrees, he'll want to come in and cool off. But that's the lights, Gladys. Let's see if I can get back to the house without stepping in a hole. I heard little buddy. I don't see him. I don't know where he was. But he must have been out in the garden because he was meowing out there. Yeah, I tried to flip the camera around, but it told me that changes that I make would not be saved. So I was afraid if I hit the button, it would knock me offline. And I didn't want to run the risk of doing that. So that's why I had to do it the way I did it. Yeah, he loves it in the swing out there. Most of the time when I go outside the front door here, if it's nice weather, not freezing cold and not too hot, not thundering and lightning, he's in that swing, just swinging. He'll lay there and sleep, or sometimes he'll just lay there and look around, or he'll get on one of the tables, like the back patio table or the front one up here, and he's up there laying down. He likes to get up on something. And the swing seat not only has a real soft cushion, but it's up off the ground and it's moving when he jumps up in it. When he first lays down, it's kind of swinging him, and he likes it. And I don't blame him. It's nice out there tonight. It's not hot. It's not cold. It's comfortable to be outside. Oh no, your tummy isn't feeling great right now. I think I'm worrying too much. What are you worrying over, Susan? And there's Betty Blue. Hello, Betty. Shelley, you have been quiet tonight. Just the world events, I guess. I know you hear so much on the news, and private people are posting all kind of news flashes on YouTube about Israel and Iran and the Ukraine and all this stuff. You don't know what to believe. You think your trip messed you up and you can't get back to normal. Well, it might take you a week. Shelley said she's been listening and cooking. Susan, you need funny brownies. That's what Gladys is telling her, but I'm learning not. It's not easy. Well, you know what? I used to be a worry wart. I've got to the place where, I know I can't do anything about stuff that's going on. And it's not going to do me any good to worry myself sick. So, so I get on a task and I forget about it. I mean, that might be bad, but hey, we're not doing anybody any good if we sit there and worry ourselves sick over what we're hearing on the news. We're not helping ourselves. We're not helping our neighbors. We're not helping anybody because we can't do anything about it. So, kind of like those saying, don't worry, be happy. That's what I try to do. I'll get out in my yard, start working in my garden. I'll go pull up a plant and go transplant it. I'll do something and I get my mind off all that stuff and I feel better. Or I start cleaning house, or like I said, fix my floor. And I don't think about all that. Betty Blue says I germinated sunflower seeds 5 days ago and I don't plant flowers my first year of growing. Well, good for you, Betty Blue. Yeah, I know. But if you get woke up in the middle of the night and you're worrying, just go find you a funny movie on TV or something, or on YouTube, and watch it. Oh wow, Susan, good for you. She says she's going to have a garden on her back deck or on her deck for the first time this year. Well, good for you. I just got through transplanting a couple of sunflowers and the Indian blanket flowers today. I figured if we get that good rain we're supposed to get through the night and tomorrow, they should survive and I don't have to water them. I did put a little bit of water to them, but not much. So I'm hoping they survive. Because once you ever plant them, they're going to drop seeds. You think you're saving all those seeds? They're going to drop seeds, and I'll guarantee you're going to have some volunteer sunflowers come up. So I've got them spread around all over my yard. Oh, now gunshot just went off. Scared your dog? Well, thank you, Betty Blue. I try. A lot of stuff I experiment with, like my potatoes. I've never grown potatoes here before, but I tried a bucket full of them last year, and or a box. I think I planted them in a cardboard box, and they did start making potatoes, but they were little ones. This year I tried in totes, and I've got one bunch in a 5-gallon bucket. So I'm going to see if they do any good, and if they do, see which one does the best, and whichever way it does the best is the way I'll plant them next time. Probably killed a wild pig. Yeah, that's probably what it is. My screen just wants to go black on me. It wants to sleep. Y'all have the same problem with your cell phones or cameras? After a few minutes, it wants to go to sleep on you, and the screen turns black. My phone is not supposed to do that. And the sleep mode on it is set for 10 minutes, and it has not been 10 minutes. Well, there's a lot of them up around Fort Worth and Dallas. They beg people to go up there and kill pigs, those wild hogs, because they're so destructive. They started going into neighborhoods up there and just rooting up everybody's yards, their flowers. They're just really destructive. Open another crate that Ashley showed you and build a bench across it. I don't get crates though. Ashley does. I don't. Betty says her phone does that. Yeah, but mine has not been doing that when I'm on the camera, but it's been doing it lately. I want to plant more buckets, but I need to figure out a way to get my buckets up off the ground. They need to be up on something so I can recycle that water that comes out the bottom. Yeah, that's the way it does here, Sheila. It can get really steamy hot here during the day, but at night it cools off really good and it's comfortable outside usually at night. I mean, it feels like the air conditioner's on outside, not in here, outside. You could sleep good outside if the bugs didn't eat you up. Oh no, Dolores, a freeze alert for tomorrow? Wow. But it's good about some rain. I mean, but if it's like here, we get all that rain in the beginning and then we don't get nothing and it goes into a drought, a hot drought. Well, I might do that. I don't know, Gladys. Because I'm reading the chat off of my laptop over here. I'm not reading it off the camera. Even though I can see it, I'd have to get down here like this to read it. I can read it off the camera, but I can get back here like this and read it off the laptop. So whenever I have a live from outside, I usually have my laptop out there too, so I can read the chat. But I mean, I really don't have to. We'll see. I don't know yet. Too small. Wish I had a fig tree. I was thinking about trying to get one, but I don't know. I'd have to put it in a pot. I know. And I know you can grow fig trees in pots, but I haven't gotten one yet. They're kind of expensive. My grandmother had a persimmon tree, a fig tree, all kind of stuff in her yard years ago. And I'm sure the fig tree's still there. The persimmon tree's still there, but the house isn't. The house has long time ago been destroyed and done away with, but I'm sure all of her flowers and shrubs and fruit trees are still there. She had apple trees, those green apples. We used to love to go up there and we'd pick apples when they were ripe, wrap them up in aluminum foil and throw them in a fire. Have baked apples on the fire when we were up at my grandmother's house. Betty said they had pear trees. My grandparents didn't have a pear tree, but they had apple trees. They had several green apple trees. Crab apples. Well, it was the green looking apples you buy at the store. I mean, they were edible apples, but they were the green ones. Your grandmother had a peach tree. That'd be kind of neat to have, but I bet here the bugs would eat up the peaches. You'd never get one. Yeah, I think my grandparents, back when they first got married, they planted those apple trees. And by the time I was a little girl, bigger, those trees were huge. I mean, they were tall apple trees, big old apple trees. You didn't want to have to climb one of them. But if you could get a stick long enough, you could knock an apple out of the tree. Or sometimes the ripe apples would fall to the ground and you could pick them up if you got them before the bugs got to them or her chickens. Granny Smith apples. Well, I put lemon seeds out, but I don't know if they're going to come up. That's just another experiment. And I grew several avocado trees from the pits, but they don't survive here good inside unless they get a lot of light, and they will not survive outside. It gets too cold. They're more of a tropical uh, plant. So I gave up on trying to grow avocados. I've never tried apricot tree, but I love apricots. Yeah, I figured it might take a while. So they're in the greenhouse. I go out and check the water, to make sure they're not drying out. And I've got a Rose of Sharon that's come up in the greenhouse. I've been watching. I'm hoping that thing survives and it gets big enough that I can transplant it. I'm moving back inside. My dog is scared and he's hungry. You tried a lemon tree, Betty Blue? And Shelley said it takes a while for them to come up. Well, I don't know what my banana trees are going to do. The pot's so big, it wouldn't do any good to try to move it in the greenhouse because the greenhouse is not heated hot enough to where it would keep it from freezing. So I don't know if it's going to survive through the winter months this year or not. I've got two little bitty, they're not more than that tall, banana trees in a pot out there. But they're trying to grow. They're putting out leaves. Rose of Sharon is nice. This is the first time I've tried to grow any, but I've got a few that's popped up from seed, and I'm hoping they'll make a little plant to where I can put them out in the yard somewhere. They're easy to root. Well, that's nice to know. If I can ever get these coming up from seed to survive. Betty says yes and no luck. Said she tried a lemon tree. You have a lot of, oh, I can imagine you do have a lot of trees, April, where you're at in Hawaii. They probably grow real good where you're at. Well, y'all, it's almost 10 o'clock here, and I know where a lot of you people are, it's almost 11 or later. Where April is, it's still early. And I didn't see Kai come in tonight. Wonder what happened to Kai. Maybe he's a silent viewer. I did know he said something happened to his cell phone, but I would have thought he got another cell phone or got that one fixed by now. Connie, you tried. My brother has a May birthday. My son has a May birthday. I have a birthday in about a week, May 7th. I don't know of anybody else. I haven't heard anybody say their birthday was in May yet. But that's okay. We don't have to have a birthday party every month. I just go out and pick it from my fruit tree store. LOL. That would be nice, April. Mother's Day is coming. Yeah. They always thought, they told my mom they thought I was going to be born on Mother's Day, and I came early. Your daughter's birthday is the 24th of May, Shelley? Because we can always do something else. Well, we've been on here for almost 3 hours, y'all. I don't know if y'all are getting tired of being on or not. Your grandson's born on Mother's Day, April. Oh, wow. So he's got a birthday coming up, usually around 8th to 12th. What day is Mother's Day on this year? I don't even know. I think my birthday is on a Tuesday or Wednesday. On May 10th. Okay, so it's 3 days after my birthday. See if I can bring the calendar up. Mother's Day is on a Friday this year. No, Mother's Day is on the 12th this year, y'all. I just brought it up on my calendar and it's got Mother's Day for the 12th. That's on a Sunday. Oh, really? May 18th is the luckiest day of the year, astronomy wise. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's what I thought. And when I looked for the 10th and it was on a Friday, I said, that can't be Mother's Day. And then I glanced over and it's on the 12th. I know quite a few years it's on the 12th. My birthday's the 7th, which is the Tuesday before that. So I miss being born on Mother's Day, but by about 5 days. I don't know what day it was on the year I was born, though. Memorial Day is the 27th. My son's birthday is the 29th. My older brother's, hey, his is on Memorial Day this year, the 27th. The one that sent me the birthday card. Yep, because his is the 27th. My son's the 29th, and mine is the 7th. What do you think about that? Yeah, that's okay. We all make mistakes, Connie. You probably glanced at the calendar wrong. I'm also naked under these clothes. Well, if you got clothes on, you're not naked. Shelley says I was born on my birthday. Well, I guess so, girl. My daughter was May 15th. She'll be 32. She's still just a youngin'. Being lazy and didn't want to pick up my calendar. And there's Vegan Menu. Hello. Glad you popped in. We've been on for over 2 hours, but I'm glad you came in anyway. Always glad to have people pop into my chat. Naked, sexy girls. I don't know where that came from, Susan. She must be eating some of them funny brownies. Or she's drinking some of those funny Hawaiian drinks we got in the brownies. I had gotten a message from Kai a while back, and he was just joking. But he said, "Man, you got a lot of older lady cougars in your live chats." They said, "You got a lot of lady cougars in there." I said, "They're just joking with you. They don't really mean all that stuff." I guess. I don't know. But it tickled me when he said that. He said, "You got a lot of lady cougars in your live chat." He said, "It's not safe." I garden without a bra. Where did that come from? He's scared to meet up with me when he comes to Maui. Do you blame him? He's still a youngin'. He's still a youngin' with youngins. Put it that way. I don't know where Too Tall Rob is. I've been watching a few of his videos and posting messages to its comments and stuff, but I haven't seen him in a while. I guess he's real busy doing his own videos. Or he may be watching, he just hasn't come into chat. He might be a silent viewer. freedom. Maybe, I don't know, Susan. Gladys says I meant every word I said. Yeah, he knows that, Gladys. You above all mean everything you say in chat. It just kind of rolls right off your tongue. Now he still may be having problems with his phone. I don't know if he ever got his phone fixed. Said the last time he was in chat, he was only in for a little bit because he said he was using the work phone or the work computer or something because his phone, he had dropped it or something and the phone wasn't working right. What are you confused about, Susan? What did we confuse you about? I know it. I told him, I said, these ladies just say that kind of stuff. They're kidding around, joking with you. Sheila said, I'm in silent mode. I don't even know how to do that. Your boobs need circulation. Oh, man. You ladies crack me up. I crack myself up. Yeah, Gladys just says whatever comes to mind, and we love it. I mean, be a silent viewer who wears short shorts. I got shorts on right now. I don't know if you consider them short shorts or not. They're not Daisy Dukes, though. But if I was younger, watch out. I only go out without a bra when I'm inside the house, too embarrassed to go outside like that. I'd have wet my throat down. I live in the woods, Shelley says. She's only got the squirrels watching her. My legs still look good for being this old gal. I live in the rainforest, so I don't wear a white t-shirt braless. Braless. Yep, you might show a little bit more than you want to, April. I slingshot the squirrels. Oh my God, I'm enjoying this, y'all, but we gotta go. I've been on here for right at 3 hours and I didn't intend to do that. I've enjoyed each and every one of you. I'm glad all of you could come into chat tonight. Come back again to my next one and be sure to watch my videos. Love each and every one of you. And I'm going to say good night. Y'all have a good night. Have a great, fantastic day tomorrow. And don't take any wooden nickels. Bye. We'll see you on the next one. Love you.